Hi, I'm Roger.
And I'm Cindy.
And we're Changing the View.
We were challenged by Mike and Christy of Sunset Seekers to complete the 10-question RV quarantine challenge. And this was about a month ago. However, when we were quarantined, we weren't really spending much time on YouTube.
Yeah, we missed it. Sorry.
So we missed the challenge. So we're a little late to the party, but we are going to try to answer these questions. And for most of them, we'll be using past tense because it was about a month ago.
We accept the challenge.
Yes, we accept the challenge.
But we're late.
And we're going to answer these questions. So, question number 1. And this would relate more to if you were in quarantine, but we're going to answer it for now, and we're going to talk about what we had in quarantine. The question is, how many rolls of toilet paper do you currently have?
I have no idea.
We have 10 rolls of toilet paper
10.
right now.
That's more than I thought.
Yes. And that is because during quarantine, I grabbed a few packs at a campground, and they're not the brand that I prefer. So they are just kind of stuck back for emergency use. And we only have 2 rolls of the brand that I do prefer.
That's now.
That is now.
So
Yeah.
during our quarantine,
During quarantine,
how did we do with toilet paper?
During quarantine, we could not find the toilet paper that we prefer. So when we were at a campground, I grabbed those 2 packages, which is why we have 2.
For those of you who do not know, an RV requires a certain type of toilet paper. You can't just use any paper in an RV.
Yeah. So apparently, when the toilet paper for normal houses ran out, people started going to the RV section, or the RVers decided to stock up because we had difficulty finding it.
A better question would be, I think is what everyone is asking, is why was there a shortage of toilet paper during quarantine?
I don't know.
What?
But there was, even the RV toilet paper, and I was getting very frustrated because we couldn't order online and I couldn't find it. But luckily, before we had to use too much of the off-brand, or I guess it's not off-brand, it's just not one we prefer. Yeah. Fortunately, Walmart started getting our brand in, and we were able to get some more. So,
Question 2, I have to read it. What was the biggest change during the lockdown? Biggest change. Well, aside from the obvious, we had been traveling since June of 2019 regularly, like not staying in a place over like 5 days, 10 at the most. So that was obviously the biggest change. We were in one place.
Yeah.
Not moving.
Our travels came to a halt, and we were not happy about the things that we had to miss out on.
Yeah. So I guess that would be the biggest change.
Yeah, I mean, we took a year off, a year leave of absence from work, and we had been going and going and going, and then all of a sudden
breaks.
That was a big change, and sad.
I guess another thing was, as far as the change, is it forced us to slow down, because again we were in this travel routine, going from place to place. It was either a travel day or an adventure day or a video editing day. We were staying pretty busy, so I think one of the changes that occurred during that lockdown was it forced us to get in slowdown mode, as I put it. We just had some good downtime.
Yeah. question number 3, it's the question was, where are you currently parked? But we're going to say where we were. Where were you parked during quarantine? So we were fortunate enough that my parents offered their property. We were able to connect to his power supply. I don't know all about that. But
Yeah, it was a great setup because he provided us with 50 amp service. We had water. The only thing I had to do was use the honey pot to dump the sewer, every week or so. But great location. We were right by a pond. We were right next to her parents, so it was actually really, really nice.
Yeah, we were blessed that we were able to stay there for that length of time. So, number 4.
Question number 4, what did you go without during quarantine? What did you go without?
Well, one thing that we went without was seeing family and friends. When we are in that area, we are normally visiting or spending time with family, spending time with our friends, hanging out with friends, and we went all that time without seeing anyone other than my parents. There at the very end, my siblings came around a couple of times, but for that entire quarantine period, we were only seeing my parents, and it was just really weird being without the company of our friends and family during that time.
Because we were in that area.
Right.
Because traveling, obviously we didn't get to see our family and friends. Our interaction was through phones and FaceTime and things like that. But yeah, being in that area was a little strange, not being able to venture out and see family and friends.
Okay, question number 5. What were you most grateful for during that time?
I guess I would have to say we were both very grateful for our health during that time because it was a scary scenario, something we had not encountered before, some uncharted territory. So yeah, I think it would be our health, right?
Mm-hmm. Probably that would be the thing we were most grateful for because we had been traveling. We could have come in contact, but thankfully we stayed healthy and we didn't have to deal with that, and so we were thankful for that.
And something we've already mentioned was we were grateful for to Grandpa for a great place for us to stay and spend that time.
Yep.
My turn?
Yeah.
Question number 6.
Mm-hmm.
What did you miss the most during quarantine? What did you miss the most?
That one's kind of an obvious question because we had set
Travel.
out on a year of travel, so we really missed getting to travel. And I was really sad because I really wanted to see New York City, and that was one of our upcoming destinations, and we had to skip it.
In Washington, D.C.
Washington, D.C. I wanted to go to Maine. We had
Niagara Falls.
Yeah. I had a friend in Massachusetts who was going to show us around Boston. I actually taught her son. Roger did too. I taught him in 3rd. She taught him in 4th. She was going to show us around Boston. So we were really looking forward to the Northeast. And so not being able to travel, I think, is what we missed the most.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's pretty obvious, I guess. Can you think of anything else?
That we missed?
Yeah. That wouldn't be an obvious answer. Okay.
Your turn.
All right. Number 7. How long was it that you were not at a campsite?
Okay, you counted it up, so it was
It was almost 11 weeks.
11
so,
weeks.
Yeah.
So just shy of
Right.
3 months.
Right at 3 months, yeah.
Long time.
Right. Unless you want to count campsite Wilson RV. That's what we were calling it.
Yeah.
It was like camping out.
Yeah.
But we were in that one place.
We weren't in a campground per se.
No, but we did refer to it as Wilson RV, which it's probably the best RV site in that area.
Really nice sunsets.
Very nice.
Yeah. What question are we on?
8.
Question 8. What was your favorite quarantine food? I think we both agreed on that one. It was anything that Gran cooked. Her mom, we call her Gran, is a great cook.
Yeah.
So we enjoyed, while we were there, we took advantage of her cooking.
We did. And probably the last month of that, we decided that we needed to try to lose a little bit of our weight we had gained, and we started cutting back on what we were eating, and we were doing really good. But then when we started traveling again, Gran and Pa came with us because we were headed out to Wyoming or Idaho for a wedding, and so we brought Gran and Pa, and she continued cooking. She would have breakfast cooked for us when we finished teaching, and
I didn't mind.
No, we didn't mind at all. So she's a great cook. So probably not anything specific, just anything that she cooked. He loves the cobbler. She made some blackberry or blueberry dumplings.
Mm-hmm.
They have a garden, so we had fresh vegetables. So it was really nice. It was a nice place to be quarantined. Okay, number 9. How did you exercise during the quarantine, or how did you do workouts? It was actually a great place for exercising.
During quarantine is when we actually got into a good routine of daily exercise. I mean, we got up every morning after we did our classes, our online classes. We would go out and walk and jog a little, but mainly walking. But we did that every morning. I would come back and do some body core exercises after the walk each day. So
yeah, so
we were in a really good routine.
Yeah, during quarantine, and then we stopped when we started back traveling.
Yeah.
So
like prior to that, and now after that, it's not.
It is
not a routine.
non-existent. But during quarantine, I was walking about 5.5 miles every day. Every day.
Yeah.
Every day without fail. I was
we had
very
a good
yeah,
routine.
I was very proud of myself. But when we started traveling again, we stopped the exercise. Everyone who came to the wedding in Idaho, when they were flying back, they were thoughtful enough to drop off all their goodies. So we were going to get right back into
Yeah, we're still working on the goodies.
our diet and exercise, but we felt like we should, take care of all those goodies first, and then we'll start.
Let them go to waste.
So, we do plan to get back to it.
Yeah.
Just
Next question. This is question 10.
yeah.
Final question. Who are you challenging next? So we're going to choose 3, right?
Yeah, we have 3 that we're going to challenge, and of course you would use past tense like we did because we were late getting to the challenge.
Yeah, hopefully they'll do it even though it's past that time, because it like Cindy said earlier, it would be interesting to hear what everyone's experience is during that quarantine time.
Yeah, so we challenge you and hope that you will accept the challenge. The first channel is Find Us Camping. I know they've already done one of the RV challenges, but this one is the quarantine challenge. So Find Us Camping, that is Jimmy and Lisa.
Hi, Jimmy and Lisa.
We would like to know what you did during quarantine. So
yeah, this is a couple that we met on the road a while back.
Yeah, great couple. They've had some great products that we've been trying out that they've suggested, recommended.
Yeah.
So Lisa and Jimmy, we challenge you.
Okay. The next challenge goes out to changing the chase. This is another couple that we met on the road, actually right before
quarantine.
Actually,
We were-
Dustin and Jen from Changing the Chase. You have been challenged. Hope you accept.
Yeah, let us know what you guys did. And the last challenge goes out to Day's Great Adventure. That's Greg and Shelly. Greg and Shelly, we challenge you. We'd like to know what you did during quarantine. And I do know Greg and Shelly posted a quarantine update, which we did the same when we were quarantined. They also posted a quarantine update, but we challenge you to answer the 10 questions.
All right, thanks for watching, and thanks again to Sunset Seekers for the challenge. We enjoyed it, and we'll see you down the road.